Lady, Virgin Voyages' first ever ship in their fleet. We are here today in Port Miami for a special preview event because Scarlet Lady has yet to sail domestically. She has sailed over in the UK for a couple sailings over there, but has not yet set sail from her new home port here in Miami. That is coming soon, but we have a special preview event today, and we're gonna give you a tour of the ship. We're gonna try to show you every single thing we can, every space, every venue that is open and available to us, we will show you. Now, if you're interested in rooms and suites, we'll have a separate video with that shows just about every category they have on board, so you want to check that out in that other video. And then if you're interested in even more content from Scarlet Lady, we will be sailing on her in just a few weeks on October 15th, a 5-night sailing, so we'll have videos every day from that. But right now, we hope you'll join us as we begin our ship tour, try to show you everything we can for Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady. We're gonna make our way down and start at the bottom and work our way back up, but did want to show the elevators. How awesome is this? We're on deck 5 right now. We're gonna head down to 4 and show the medical center, but technically that is the only thing guests can access on deck 4 or lower, so really everything is gonna be deck 5 and above. I do need to get escorted down to deck 4 to show the medical center. So I just wanted to show this sign as a point of reference so you know where we're at. So we're at 5 forward, and they're gonna escort me down the stairs to the medical center. So only thing on deck 4, which is the lowest deck that guests can access, is the medical center. So you need to come to the forward elevators or stairs, and you can access that just off of those. So this is the kind of the waiting area, and of course they have treatment facilities and stuff inside right there. So that's the only thing on 4. Let's head up to 5. Now we're back up on deck 5 forward. Wanted to point out that I am forward right now. As I said, forward for deck 5 is the staterooms, so you can access staterooms on deck 5 from forward. But if you want the restaurants, you need to be the midship or the rear elevators or stairs. So I'm going to need to go back up to 6 here, walk across, and then come back down to 5 to show you the restaurant. So 5 forward, just staterooms. 5 midship and beyond are the restaurants. Need to access that from the midship elevator, so let's head to that. All right, so I've transversed deck 6, and now we are at the midship elevators and stairs for deck 5, so we can show what's over on this side. So again, staterooms are at the front, and now we have restaurants as well as a couple of other areas to show you. So right when we come through the elevator and stairwell entrance, we will find the Redemption Spa. So it's the spa entrance area right here. Check-in area. Yeah, if you don't mind, that'd be great. Come on. All right, we're gonna get a tour.
We're gonna get a tour. My name is Jordan. I'm the balancer on the ship. That means I'm the onboard ambassador for all things detox retox.
Okay, perfect.
So I'm gonna get you drunk, make sure you're eating the food that you want to eat, indulging a little bit, and then making sure that you sign up for this. Oh, wow. So what is this? What are we looking at here? This is the thermal suite. So you can have access to this for only $75 from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Come and go as you please. We have our warm bath, our cold plunges, our hot tub. All of the granite that you see is all heated.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, feels amazing. People come in here and just read a book and sit for hours.
Lovely, very lovely.
Yeah, stunning. So included with the $75 is our Moroccan mud treatment. So upon entry, you'll also get the Moroccan mud. It is a full body conditioner as well as a hair mask. So you literally put it on head to toe.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and you can sit in there. There's hoses in there to re-wet the mud. There's also, if you want to shower it off completely, you can do that as well.
Okay.
So that's included, as well as this thermal suite.
So again, heated.
All heated.
All heated.
Yep. So you can sit with your friends, have the time. The shower's placed around as well. Beautiful.
That's the mud room. Moroccan mud room.
Yeah, stunning. And then here we have the standard steam room, which essential oils. So if you want to pop it open and smell it, you can.
Oh wow.
Yeah, wonderful, isn't it? Very wonderful. And then we have our Himalayan salt room, of course, which is wonderful. Hi, how you doing? Good. So we have the Himalayan salt room, which is great for bronchitis, asthma, any lung ailments that you're facing, any skin ailments that you're facing, eczema, dry skin, any kind of irritability. It's great for just resetting your body. And then we'll check this space out as well. So these are our treatment rooms. So these aren't included. These aren't included with your 75. but they are available obviously for purchase, or if you want a massage, any of our facials, you have Botox on board, mani-pedis, bamboo treatments, hot stone treatments, you have a quartz table, they bury you in quartz and do massage that way. Stunning. Everything.
Wow.
We just have the most, we're doing the most always, and we're here for it.
Treatment room, couples massage treatment room. Tub, window, and the 2 tables, shower. Very nice.
The bed heats. The tub is great for our pre-massage soak. And then as the beds heat up, then we have our oils here that you can choose from based on the smell. So dry sauna, of course.
So deck 5 midship again, that is the entrance to the spa there. We're going to turn towards the aft of the ship and we're going to go port side here, and this is going to take us into Razzle Dazzle. Now this is the vegetarian restaurant on board, but I'm happy to report that they do have some neat options as well, what they call the naughty side of things. So this is actually where we dined for today's event, and it was quite delicious. See here, got lots of tables and chairs, windows, cool lighting, chrome columns. They got a party going on in the back there. It's a good time. Across the entrance from Razzle Dazzle, we have Sailor Services. So this is basically like your guest services, right? Like your front desk concierge area. They have the different desks available that they can assist you with. Any questions you might have. They do have an ATM there, as well as a nice sitting area. Relax. You float our boat. I love all the artwork. And as we proceed past Sailor Services, we get this really cool entrance here into Pink Agave. This is the elevated Mexican menu on board. Let's step inside and take a look. So this is maybe a little bit more of an intimate affair than Razzle Dazzle. You see it's darker in here. We have the candle lights on the tables. And we do have, oh, I like that elevated table over there. That's really cool. Big porthole windows over on the side. And then right when you come in, they do have a bar as well. And that's going to do it for deck 5. Let's head up to deck 6. So deck 6 is going to feature a lot of shopping, as well as some other restaurants and bars, lounges, and the casino. So let's turn here, and we're on the starboard side of the ship now. Let's turn and head towards the rear, the aft of the ship, and we'll find lots of shops on board with different merchandise, watches, headphones, bags, bottles, clothes, shoes, different kinds of things in the different shops. I do believe they call this area the roundabout, and you'll see why right here, because it kind of goes around and you kind of go through that area and roundabout there. I think that's what this area is. I'm not totally positive, but I do know what this is. Extra virgin EVO, extra virgin olive oil. So this is the Italian restaurant on board. Let's head inside and take a look at it. So right when we come in, we do have our bar, and then the tables begin. Higher elevated tables, higher chairs, but they do have some regular tables and chairs inside as well. They do have some porthole windows over on the side of the ship, and then a prep area like oils and breads, and it keeps on going. It's a typical family feel to it, typical Italian restaurant to it. It smells wonderful in here. I'm sure the food is delicious. Can't wait to try it on our sailing. Let's head back out and see what else we can find on deck 6. All right, still on deck 6, we're on the starboard side. This is out to the midship elevators and the stairs, and then back that way for extra virgin. Let's continue on forward here. Again, on the starboard side, we'll find even more shopping venues. Looks like this one focuses on watches. This one over here has Sailor and Virgin specific merchandise.
Thank you.
Bags and luggage tags, little ships, hats, bottles, t-shirts and other clothes and apparel, hats, lots of fun stuff. Let's keep proceeding forward here. And see, this is more I was talking about with the roundabout, because you kind of come around and go through. So you have more jewelry and shopping here. We're gonna get to the rest of deck 6 forward in just a minute. Let's keep walking around here. Again, this cuts back through to the elevators and stairs. So we're gonna walk over here to the port side of the ship. And again, the shopping continues. Apparel, fragrances, makeup, bags, all kinds of different fun stuff that you can find here. Some more jewelry, more clothes, shoes, just a lot of higher end stuff. Maybe a little bit more than you might see on other cruise lines. And that drops us off here at Test Kitchen. So Test Kitchen is part cooking school and part eatery. It's basically dining with some flair to it. Test some things out in the Test Kitchen. Get some crazy concoctions of dining and drinks. They have a nice coffee set up here. It smells interesting here. It smells like fire in a good way. So you see all kinds of fun seating in here. I like the higher up, like bar style, right there where they're preparing everything, but then they also have banquet tables. They also have semicircle booths inside. These venues are quite large, I will say. Some of these dining venues on board, I'm not anticipating to be this size.
Welcome, welcome.
And then some more seating. They're actually doing a presentation for the Test Kitchen in there right now. So we have the shops and extra Virgin over there, elevators and stairs here, and we have the shops and Test Kitchen over there. So now we're going to proceed forward and continue with the rest of deck 6. So as we come out here, you'll hear obviously they are playing some live music. Lots of tables and chairs, comfortable lounges, porthole windows over there, and there is a bar here in this main center hub area with the kind of windy, looping staircase here centrally that you can take up to deck 7. Of course, we're not ready for that yet. We're going to continue with deck 6. You see they have dry dock here. Looks like it is a salon, as well as stubble and groom, which I believe is a barber shop. Really cool stuff there. Then they have makeup porthole. As the name would suggest, has makeup and other things inside of it. A duty-free shop. That's funny. I'm guessing that's a play on duty-free, alcoholic beverages and things like that for purchase inside there. And then this is one of the big features that really sets Virgin Voyages apart. Squid ink. Yes, this is an actual tattoo parlor on board. So you can get inked up. You can get your tats here on board at Squid Ink. It's a really cool, unique feature, and I love the decor in here. Very fun. They also have some really cool merchandise for sale as well. Take the staircase up right there, or you can cut through to that bar that I mentioned, as well as the additional seating over there on the port side. Let's continue heading forward here though, or 4, as you'll see it listed on signage, and that's going to drop us in the casino. I will say this is not a very large casino, but this, isn't the biggest ship in the world either. So you do have a bar right when you come in, and of course you're going to have all kinds of slot machines. What would you expect? They do have porthole windows over on the starboard wall there, so that is nice. Let some natural light in, and then they're going to have your table games here. I'm sure they have I see blackjack, I see roulette, I see a craps table, I believe. Yep. I'm sure they do poker and all kinds of other stuff there as well. And then an additional section of slot machines here on this side. Have your cages right here. It even says the cage, as well as like a ticket redemption machine here. So here in the casino where the slot machines and the table games meet, we turn around and we find the Manor. This is a 2-story nightclub on board. It is named after Richard Branson's first recording studio. So let's head inside and see what the Manor has to offer. So yes, it's a really cool entrance here with the crazy mirrors and lights. This is a super neat entrance. So I guess I mentioned is a 2-story nightclub. So we can come in here on the bottom level and it opens up to this bar space. Have some comfortable lounge space here. Nice bar. You have windows over there. but it does look like it's a wraparound, so that's really cool. It is. Corner booth here. Yeah, wraparound bar. Very nice. Bar rail seating here. Man, it just keeps going. When we come back around, we'll find like the main, I guess, like stage area. So you have a stage and lights. It's all rigged up. You do have these little booths and tables and chairs kind of all set off. And then the production booth right there. Lighting up top, disco balls. Wow, this is a really cool space. So we'll see all that upstairs. Let's see if actually we can check that out right now. Head up the stairs here. Wow. So yeah, bar rail seating, comfortable couches, different style couches, and they do have a smaller bar up here in the middle. That's a lot of fun. And you have a great view of whoever's performing, if it's music or what have you, a DJ or something like that. Really cool space. All right, kind of cheated and came up a deck. Let's go back down to the bottom. Deck 6, still starboard side, just outside the casino. We find ourselves all the way forward at the Red Room. This is a transformational theater space, so they'll be doing a lot of their shows and entertainment inside this room. All right, so entering the Red Room Theater. Let's check it out and see what it's like inside. So this is the Red Room Theater. Right now it's kind of the red and blue room theater split, and you see this is right in the action. This is the stage where they will be performing. People are sitting courtside like it's a Knicks game or something. This is amazing. So it's tiered seating, but they do have chairs. It's not just benches or like bleacher seating, and they do have an upper level of like regular chairs and stuff up above as well. And then of course the production booths and things of that nature. Lots of fun. Very, very cool venue. And of course, as I said, they change it. It's a multi-use venue, so they'll change this around, how it's set up, and how they do the different shows. They're getting ready for Dual Reality, which is a modern twist on Romeo and Juliet. We're not going to watch that today. We're going to catch it during our sailing, but it looks like it'll be a lot of fun. So across from the entrance of the Red Room here, a forward part of deck 6, if you come over to the port side, you'll see the sign here says The Den. So this is a private space that's bookable for private events or circles. That's what Virgin Voyages calls their groups. But it is currently being used and occupied, I think, for them to handle their own stuff. So you go inside there, that's where you would access the Den if you have that booked. I can't go in and show it right now because they're doing crew stuff inside of that, but that's where you would find it. One last thing I want to point out by the Red Room that was very difficult to find. You'll see on signs along the hallways it says the smoking room. This is the only designation of what that is. Smoking lounge, and it's exactly what the name would suggest. You come inside here and there's a room and a lounge to smoke in, and they do have some slot machines in here as well. Video poker, things like that, but this is a designated smoking area, so they do have the ashtrays and stuff throughout. Different tables, chairs, kind of bar row seating, and some fun wallpaper there. So yes, the smoking lounge right here outside of the Red Room entrance. Also just realized you can access the smoking lounge through this door right next to the cage inside the casino. Alright, believe that's everything on deck 6. Let's head up to deck 7. Alright, deck 7 now. We are at the forward part of the ship. One thing I wanted to show on the ship map that might be a little easier to understand is that big red rectangle there. That is the upper floor of the Red Room, so you're going to find that here as well. But let's begin with the forward part of deck 7. So here on the starboard side, you can see the entrance to the Red Room right there. You can also head outside, like so. So you'll find the lifeboats, but there's also a walking deck. Go ahead back inside now. And we'll go across to the port side of the ship. So here on the port side, we will find an additional entrance to the upper level of the red room, another set of doors of which you can head outside to access that walking deck and the lifeboats. And then we turn and we will find the groupie. So this is a karaoke space on board, a modernist take on a Japanese style karaoke room. Very interesting. Does look like they have some private rooms, some fun decor. The blue room.
So basically, yeah, you just search for whatever song you'd like to sing on there, just press on it, and then the music starts, and you have a big screen for, make sure you know all the words, remember them. Yeah, we have our microphones here.
Amazing. And so some information on the groupie. They do have those 3 private rooms. It's currently first come, first served. They do not do reservations ahead except for day of. So for example, if they opened at 6 a.m., you could come at 6 a.m. and reserve for any time that day. But you couldn't come on Tuesday and reserve for Wednesday, if that makes sense. As of right now, it's free of charge. You get the room for an hour. You can bring drinks in, or they can go get bar staff to come serve you. But eventually they are going to move to where you need to purchase a drink package of sorts, and that is how you will access the rooms. But they're not currently doing that, so more information on that at a later time. All right, so once again, deck 7. We are forward, currently on the starboard side of the ship. This is to the elevator stairs and the groupie. But we're gonna turn and head right now to the back of the ship, and we're gonna go through Sip Lounge. Ooh, look at this. That's fun. Very sparkly. So you see they have the bar here. It's kind of like a champagne bar. So they have the bottles on ice there, different tables and chairs. Lots of fun in there. It continues winding through. It's actually a pretty large venue, as you can see. More tables, chairs, so it just kind of winds pretty loosely through here. You can see the lights, reminiscent of bubbles. Definitely giving you that champagne lounge sort of vibe to it. Before we exit, did want to point out there is the upstairs entrance to the Manor right back there. So now we're heading into the upper level of the roundabout area. Again, you can tell this is the staircase that we saw earlier. We were down there. So the first thing we find in this area on the starboard side is Get Lost. This is essentially the future cruise desk on board. So come here, book your next Virgin Voyages, and they will give you a fantastic deal. I think currently it's $300 off of that sailing that you book, as well as $300 of sailor loot. That's what they call their onboard credit that you can use, I believe, for your current voyage. I'm not positive on that, but they'll take care of you and get you a great deal right there at Get Lost. Continuing forward, we do have the red table area. They're currently doing some fun stuff here for our preview event right there. And right next to that, you do have a ship model of Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady right here. So this is what we're looking at. There's the staircase that you can take back down, as well as some additional tables, chairs, and lounge space here. I'm gonna cut around and keep doing the circle here, then we'll go towards the aft part of the ship. So I've made the circle here. Back across from Get Lost, we do have Voyage Vinyl. This is a record store on board where you can purchase different albums. See, they have some spinning here. Super cool looking. But yeah, they have different albums and different musical accessories and things like that that you can actually purchase here on board. And right next to that, we'll find the Draft House. This is a bar, a local tap room with curated drafts you can find here. And they do have all kinds of seating, of course, even window seating with pillows built into the bench, tables, chairs, comfortable couches, things like that. And of course, the seating continues around the middle area of the roundabout. And let's head on back here. You can also go outside on this deck. There'll be a lot more to show with that in just a bit. We're going to keep going on the interior though. And the next thing we find is Lick Me Till Ice Cream. Here on the sign, you choose your cone. They have different flavored cones. How awesome is that? You can do 1 scoop or 2, and they do have cups available upon request. And they also designate, as they do on all their menus, V for vegetarian, VV for vegan, or GF for gluten-free. And those are the flavors, at least the ones that they currently have. The different flavors. Lots of fun here. Okay, continuing down the port side of the ship towards the aft, just past Lick Me Till Ice Cream, we do have the pizza place. So, as the name would suggest, this is the place where you would find pizza on board. So we'll come in here. They do have a nice hand washing station right when you enter. And when we come in here, they do have these little menu boards that you can grab. Go up here, place your order, get your pizza, drinks, things like that, and then they have seating, of course, for you to enjoy your meal. Do have some alfresco seating. Again, we'll get to that outdoor section in just a bit, but we're gonna head out and continue the interior of Deck 7. Here at the Deck 7 midship elevators and stairs, so just across there is Pizza Place and Lick Me to Ice Cream. Now we're going to turn and go on the starboard side, and we're actually going to head back forward here. As we come in here, we're entering back into the roundabout area. See, they have all kinds of different chairs, tables, lounges. You'll see the furniture throughout varies quite greatly depending on where you're at. They have some additional seating space here by the windows, and then we continue on. Again, you can go back outside right there. You can continue back into the roundabout here, or you can turn and go through the midship elevators and stairs there. So now we've made the loop, let's head back. So we're gonna have to keep ourselves organized here, because like I said, very compartmentalized. So the roundabout that way, midship elevators and stairs there, with Pizza Place and ice cream over there. Now we turn, we're on the starboard side of the ship, but we're heading aft, and we're going to enter the grounds club. So this is the coffee spot on board. You see again, tables, chairs, lounge space, high tops, and then this is where you can get different kinds of coffee. See the sign there, Grounds Club. You have the windows to look out. Different kinds of coffee, specialty coffee drinks, other things like that. Energy shots. They do have baked goods, daily muffins, cookies, pastries, things like that. They do have additional bench seating over on this side as well. And now we'll continue on back and head into the social club and arcade. But the first thing is these really awesome Instagrammable swing seats. So these are swings, they have 4 of them. The portholes, live, breathe, laugh, and love. They also have photo booths that you can use for an additional cost. Now we'll continue into the social club area. And the first thing we'll find here, it's gonna kind of flow through on both sides, so hopefully I'll try not to get a little too lost here. You have some picnic tables, high top tables and things like that. This is a diner. Look at this awesome diner style setup here. I see on the menu board that they have hot dogs, they have sandwiches, snacks like popcorn, pretzel, different kinds of things. I do see some candy in jars. I do see them hooking up the hot pretzels and popcorn right there, so that's super awesome. Now back here on the starboard side, we do have tabletop shuffleboard, 2 of those, as well as some additional seating. Oh my gosh, look at this. They have fruit, but they also have brittle, cake popsicles, turtles, fudge, cereal bars, lots of fun stuff inside there. And then Ocean's treasure chest, a little claw game for an additional cost. You can win like a little Ahoy Virgin Voyages little basketball. That's fun. They have restrooms here. You'll find restrooms throughout. They do call them heads. The head, like you'll see here. The heads. So we're now entering the dock house. This is a casual Mediterranean eatery. Taste, drinks, and acoustic sounds. This is cool, like a day bed kind of. And the seating does continue in the middle. Can kind of cut through. And that's where we will find the bar. Right here. And they do have some bar rail seating here as well. It's like a labyrinth on the ship. Very, very compartmentalized, as I said. So it's a little hard to keep your bearings. So I don't believe this has a designated name, but it is like obviously a fruit juice, smoothie, fresh squeeze kind of bar space here. And then this goes outside. So we just exited here. Now we're out on the dock. So good bar space. You can raise your little flag for service, get your drinks, and you'll see that they'll have all kinds of bar rails, stools, tables, chairs. They do have day beds out here, some with umbrellas, give you some shade, as well as additional seating. And I mean, this would be a fantastic place to come get a wake view, because you'll be able to look right down at it. You do have a food bar space outside as well, and the seating just continues on around. Also, starboard side of the dock here, they do have a bottle fill. So you have a water bottle, fill it up with water right there. And then this goes to that outdoor deck I was talking about earlier. Again, I'll get to that in just a little bit. We're gonna go back inside here and finish up the back side of deck 7. So the dock house there, have our aft elevators and stairs there. Go back outside to the dock, but we turn and we find the wake. This is the elegant entrance to the wake. Our suspended chandelier and stairwell down past the piano and tables and chairs. So even though we're heading down now to deck 6, which we already toured, we actually enter the restaurant where we just did on deck 7. So this is steak and seafood, eatery, fine dining on board. You can see here, obviously, tables and chairs. I mean, what else would you expect in a restaurant? But you're gonna get the beautiful view out these aft windows. So could you imagine having like this table, for example, and being able to look out these giant windows at the wake view? That'd be fantastic. It's quite a large venue as well. You can see booths, tables, chairs, different style seating, 2 tops, 4 tops, different things like that. It's like a coffee bar here or something, or raw seafood or something like that, I'm not sure. So lots of seating continues on out. Porthole windows on the side, large windows in the rear for that aft view. All right, we're cheating again. We're back on deck 6. We're supposed to be doing deck 7, but that is where you enter the restaurant, deck 7. So let's head back up our grand staircase here from the wake, and we will finish deck number 7. All right, back in the social club and diner, head towards the back for the dock house and the wake. We saw, remember we came through here earlier where they were serving up the pretzels and popcorn right over there, but now we can head over here to the port side, and this is where we will find the arcade section. So we have foosball, air hockey, another foosball, 2 foosball, 2 air hockey, but this is my favorite part, the arcade. I haven't come in yet and I already know it's my favorite part. It has retro arcade games inside. Defender, Mario Brothers, Donkey Kong, Space Invaders. They do have some more modern games like Daytona Racing. Old stuff though. Look at this. Sunset Riders, Mortal Kombat. They have a Golden Tee from 2005. Look at this. Tabletop Pac-Man, Stargate, Centipede, Golden Axe Tapper. Lots of fun here. So next to the social club diner and across from the arcade with the foosball and air hockey tables we turn and we find the Loose Cannon. This is a nautical themed bar. See there's a bar in the middle there. I love the octopus hanging up, holding up the like little different pedestals. Big windows there, booth seating, ships, bottles, mermaids, diving helmet, things like that. One last thing to show here on deck 7. I came out on the port side, but I believe you can do it on the starboard side as well. They do have this outdoor deck space, lounges, couches, tables, things like that. You can look up and see people's sea terraces, or they can look down and see you. But of course, you can also look out to the beautiful view as you sail along. So you can kind of walk back and forth here, but it's pretty much just lounge space or a walking area by the lifeboats. That's gonna do it for deck 7. Let's head up to deck number 8. All right, we find ourselves on deck number 8 now, but as we see here, not just deck number 8, but decks 8 through 14 are just VIP suites and cabins, so no public spaces. So we really don't have anything to show you there. We're gonna start making our way up to 15. As we do, I will stop and point out some things about Virgin Voyages that you might be interested to know. Up on deck 9 now, and of course just staterooms, suites and cabins to see here. So we're gonna head up to 10 just briefly, but first thing I wanted to point out that you have to know about Virgin Voyages is that it is adults only. All right, up on deck 10, and the next thing you probably should know is that Virgin has taken a little bit different approach than a lot of other cruise lines, because they don't really consider themselves a cruise line. But when you board and you pay for your cruise fare, that's going to include some things that a lot of other cruise lines would not include, such as basic bevies, that's what they call their beverages. Basically things that aren't alcohol or specialty coffees. So you're gonna have like sodas. Sodas are included, tea, lemonade, that sort of thing. Gratuities are included. Basic Wi-Fi is included. Deck 11, continuing our stretch of decks that just have cabins and suites. One thing you've probably noticed along the tour is Virgin is establishing a culture here. So they're using a lot of different terms to kind of set themselves apart, right? So they're not Virgin Cruise Line, the Virgin Voyages. We are not travel agents, we're first mates. It's not onboard credit, it's sailor loot. So they use those terms to kind of give you that culture and help make a little bit of a difference, right? Kind of set themselves apart. And it really comes through organically. It feels genuine. You feel like they're picking up on that vibe. So I really like seeing that. Deck 12, of course, just cabins and suites, as we know by now probably. One other thing I love that Virgin Voyages is doing is a commitment to the environment. They are trying to have as few carbon emissions as possible. They're all about using recycled plastic. So there's definitely a big commitment to the environment. We love to see that, obviously. We find ourselves on deck 13. I don't have an interesting tidbit for you here, except to say that there's a deck 13. A lot of ships don't do that, they skip it. Superstition kind of thing. You see that with buildings as well. Virgin says, no superstition here, maybe just a little stitious. So deck 14 is the end of our stretch of decks that are just cabins and suites. So I wanted to talk about something that may end at any point, which is that Virgin Voyages currently requires all sailors to have a passport. A lot of other cruise lines with closed loop US sailings, they will let you use a birth certificate with a driver's license or something like that. At this time, Virgin Voyages is requiring the passport. All right, we have ended our stretch from 8 through 14 of just suites and cabins. We now find ourselves deck 15, midship. Let's turn starboard side, but then we're gonna turn again and head aft, and we're going to enter the galley. So one thing about Virgin Voyages that I didn't tell you when I was giving you those tidbits is that they do not have a buffet, and they don't really have a main dining room. They have all these eateries I've been showing you. They are all included with your cruise fare. So any eatery you see is included at no additional charge. Now there might be certain items that are at additional charge, but most eateries, most things on the menu are included. So this is the galley. This is kind of the answer to the buffet. So you have a drink station there, water and juices and sodas and things like that. So basically what the galley is instead of it being a buffet, you do have a seat, they will serve you, but they have these different stations where you can get different kinds of food. So this is bento baby, so bento boxes, noodles, things like that. They have diner and dash. This is I believe a 24-hour diner. So we saw the diner down at the social club. This is a different diner. They have all-day breakfast here, as well as some other menu items. We have Let's Taco About It. Obviously a taco stand. Taco on right there. Oh, another drink station. Again, juices, sodas, waters, things like that. Next up we have Noodle Around. The names here are pretty obvious, so it's gonna have, so you're gonna be your noodle station. This is where Chelsea's definitely gonna want to eat when we come on board for our sailing in just a couple of weeks. Get some ramen, noodle action going on there. We have hot off the press. I believe there's like paninis and different kinds of sandwiches and things. Ooh, pastrami on rye. I will be back for that. So Chelsea's going to noodles. I'm going to hot off the press for pastrami on rye. I love the outdoor seating out here. That looks fantastic. In fact, let's just step out here, take a better look at it. Oh, automatic door, thank you. So here we are. Yes, some nice outdoor seating here. I don't see the markers, so I don't think these are tables that get waited on, like on the inside, but you could probably grab some food and bring it out here. Let's head back inside and see the rest of it. So here at the aft elevator and stairs on deck 15, right back through there is where we just came, the gallery, and then they have the outdoor seating where we just were just a second ago. But now we'll turn, this isn't the actual entrance, but it is another entrance to, I'm probably pronouncing this wrong, Gunbae. I believe this is a Korean barbecue. Look at this. It's like a hot pot thing, I think. I love the stylization of this restaurant. Huge panoramic windows. You're getting that fantastic view. Look at this. Man, there's a lot of seating in here. This must be a very popular venue. Love the comfortable style seating there. Cushions, keeping things nice and soft. I love the lighting from up above. Hello. The artwork, the graffiti on the wall, it's fantastic. And here we find the actual entrance to the restaurant. You have some comfortable seating there if you have to wait, but this is where you would check in and enter. Right there you can also wash your hands. And then, There we go. That's the actual signage we've been looking for. Oh, I love the glasses tinking there. And so that drops us back into the galley. So the galley is both sides of the ship, starboard and port. But we'll find some different eateries, like the sweet side. Of course, there's going to be a dessert station, as you might guess by the name. We have well-bred, freshly baked favorites. And then we have a burger bar as well. And that takes us back over to our diner. We have a drink station here in the middle. We'll head back around. As you see, there's a lot of seating in there, of different shapes and arrangements, sizes. Have the daily mix. I'm gonna guess this is salads or something like that. Let's see. Ah, yes. Soup and salad. Very nice. And then a hot beverage station over here. Teas and coffees, things of that nature. With a cold station. Signs tell you, hot or cold. Yes or no, in or you're out, up and then you're down. And as we continue on here, we'll see kind of a change, a little bit of a wall there. So kind of segueing into another area. This is Grounds Club 2. So we saw the Grounds Club down below on the other deck, the coffee spot. This is Grounds Club 2. You can also get some coffee here as well. And kind of showed this on the other side, but this is the galley directory. So you can see, kind of get an idea of what eateries they have, so you can decide what you want to eat and where you want to go, that kind of thing, and then you make a decision. I didn't see this listed, but quick, easy, grab and go. I'm guessing they have a grab and go section. It's listed on both sides. It actually says right here where I am. So, yes, grab and go, quickies, or quick easy. They're probably quickies. Snack it up. Obviously, that's pulled down. That's why I didn't notice that before, but they would usually have something there. All right, let's head back out and continue on with deck 15. So port side, just outside of the galley, we turn and we will find B Complex, Burn, and Bike, as well as the Aquatic Club. So here we have Burn and Bike for the B Complex. Hello. So we come in, we have our towels and lockers here, scale, and then this begins our workout space. So we come in here, this looks like a spinning room, lots of cycles available. I'd say 23. Just looking at it, just a guess. Televisions up above, floor to ceiling windows, out looking at the ocean, and we have the treadmills here. One of these ellipticals, I think. Nice air-conditioned space. I always love when they do that inside of a fitness center or gym. You're gonna be working up a sweat and getting hot. It's nice to keep things cool. Yeah, and it comes all the way back around here. It's actually a pretty sizable space. You can also exit out here and go out to the pool deck. We'll do that in just a little bit. Let's head back out to where we came. So again, deck 15, midship stairs and elevators. We turn to the starboard side. This is where we entered the galley earlier. But now we're going to turn and head forward for B Complex, Build, and Balance. So we'll come in here. You can see it's the fitness center, basically. Lockers, towels, water bottle fill station. I did see that on the other side as well. I didn't mention it, but I did see it. Have our workout space here. Soft cushion space there. We have the exercise balls. Looks like some mats, maybe yoga mats. And then this is where you're gonna find weights, resistant machines, things like that. Continuing on, this is a much lighter space than on the other side, but you still have the panoramic windows, giving you that beautiful view out. And then down at the end here, we have our free weights, our dumbbells, things like that. Again, with the view, mirrors, of course. It is nice and air conditioned here as well, and you can go outside from here as well. But let's head back to the midship elevators and exit from that point. So deck 15, midship elevators and stairs will now turn. You can go port side or starboard side here. Either way, it's going to dump you out into the aquatic club area. So this will continue kind of the workout space, but it is going to feature some water elements. So they have some climbing bars here. Look, it's like monkey bars. You can climb across. They also have a punching bag here. I'm going to show you where there's some other ones as well. And then you'll find this giant, I believe it's a hot tub. Okay, so just touch the water. This is not hot. It is bubbling, it is jetted. It looks like a hot tub, but it's cool. It's cool water. So it's just like a pool, basically, kind of a waiting, relaxing pool. And then they have the whirlpools, again, up on either side. They do have the bar in the middle, which is actually 2 levels. You can see the upper level up there. We'll get to that in just a bit when we go to the next deck. But you do see you have some lounge chairs on either side there. Lounge chairs over there. Lounge chairs over here. Do have your freshwater shower. They're pumping the music everywhere you go on this ship, as you would expect with Virgin, right? And I will say the music's fantastic. I've loved all of it. They have a really good vibe. Whoever mixed this did a great job. So that's this section. Let's continue forward, deck 15. So continuing forward on deck 15, they do have some bar rail seating all around. Towel station here. Grab your towels. And I love this. It's not lit up, but it does say tropic, like it's hot. I can't wait to see that lit up, glowing in all of its beauty. But we come through here and we find our main pool area. So this is basically the only pool on board other than the one I just showed you. You do have these triangular booth seats here, lounge chairs around, tables, freshwater shower, and they do have these cushioned mats all around the edge of the pool, which is really cool. You see this here. It's like a soft cushion, so you can lay on those. And they have a shallow end here, and then there's steps down into a deeper section here in the middle, and then this is an elevated section at this end as well. So it's not the biggest pool in the world. It did catch a lot of flack when this ship was revealed and when it started sailing, that they only have basically the one pool and then the smaller one I just showed you, and the pool's not that big. But that's what Virgin's decided to go with. There is a lot of deck space out here, a lot of chairs and lounges as well. I did want to point out there's a double side bar. So the bar on this side, bar on the other side, and the same thing for upstairs as well. The bar seating continues around. Loungers, cushion couches over on that side, same. And then they do have a stage here in the middle where they'll probably do some, you know, musical performances or things like that. So I've come inside deck 15 forward from the aquatic club, which is the pool area. Wanted to point out one thing here is the scene. This is a private bookable room. It is currently being used for something Virgin themselves is doing. So it's not available for us to go and see, but I do think there's some windows maybe. So you can see the scene here. There is a window. They're doing an event inside of there. So getting ready for some stuff. But that's a private bookable room and space, so you can use that for different events. Now we'll head back inside. I'll show you something on the starboard side. So back inside, there's the scene right there on the port side, and we turn to the starboard side of the ship, and we'll head here. You have to look for these little signs because they're not too big on doing signs here. But this is the tune-up. So this is the manicure and pedicure area on board. So you can come inside and get your treatments done over there. You do have a little sitting area, waiting area, and then treatment spots right here as well. So now we are deck 15 forward, all the way forward here at the elevators and stairs. But the only thing this way is suites and cabins. So we're done with deck 15. Let's head up to 16. All right, deck 16 forward is where we find ourselves. This is gonna be mostly an outdoor deck. So we can head outside here, either starboard or port side, as we've come up these stairs right there from deck 15. Either way we head out is going to take us to Richard's Rooftop. So let's head outside and check that out. So we see our sign here, Richard's Rooftop, and as this sign tells us, this is an area that is reserved for rock star quarter sailors. So you have to be in a rock star suite to have access to this area. As you can see, it normally would be gated off, but it's basically a suite sun deck. Although they do have this, look, it's like a trampoline. It's not a trampoline. I do not believe you're meant to jump on this, but it is a comfortable lounging space. They even have some hooks up top. That's pretty fun. Probably could do some cool, interesting things here. Standard sun loungers over there. They do have rounded booth style, day bed style seating, as well as hot tub right there. The world's smallest umbrella. I don't know that that's gonna do really much good for shade, but I like it nonetheless. I like the colorful glass here surrounding this part. Different panels, different colors, and they change as you move. Again, another umbrella for some shaded seating there. and it just continues all the way around here to the very front of the ship with this large rounded seating area. You can see straight out to the bow there, front of the ship. Forward, wherever you're headed, they do have a bar right here as well, centrally located. And then as we come around on this side, it should just be basically a mirror image. So couches, loungers, day beds, and another hot tub. So that's Richard's Rooftop. Let's head back aft, deck 16. All right, port side here again, just outside of Richard's Rooftop. We're gonna turn around and we will find the Sun Club Cafe, which we can see has a lot of outdoor seating, tables, chairs. This does have some actual shade, not just a tiny umbrella, some big shaded here, but they do have actually some food here, some bowls, salmon poke, tuna, 5-spice chicken, and I believe they'll have some, you know, kind of fresher drinks and things like that here at the Sun Club Cafe. Now, as we proceed along the deck here, we're gonna find, what else? Loungers. This is a sun deck, basically, is what you're gonna find here on deck 16. So this is very reminiscent of other cruise ships, right? Where you'll have kind of your pool deck down below with the pool and the loungers and the bar and things like that. And then when you come up to the next deck, it's a sun deck. So you have sun loungers, sunbathing chairs, things like that. They do have these fun kind of like boxed in seats. I really like that. That's a fun feature. And it just continues around on the other side as well. So definitely a Virgin flair to it with the color scheme and the textures and the different stylizations of it, but a familiar feel of how it is designed. Did want to point out that there is an outdoor smoking section on this side, on the starboard side of the ship here on the deck 16, forward just past Richard's Rooftop. And we can see on the other side here, we can look down to the pool, and then we have more sunbathing loungers, those kind of numbered boxed in style seats. And I have actually seen this a couple different times, but this one I'll point out is that they actually have these like binocular things. All right, continuing back towards the aft on deck 16, wanted to point out we do have the bar, like I mentioned before, the upper deck of that, of course looking down to the lower level where we have the smaller pool and the hot tubs. And then we have loungers, more binoculars, things like that continuing on here. And now what we'll start to find is you'll see these little white cabanas that are numbered. I do believe these are for rent. I'm not positive on that. If that is the case, if they're an additional cost or how much they are, I will try to find out if I can remember, but they do have them here. So you enter through your louvered door, have this cool little lounge chair, small table, and then you have a large day bed, towels, they have glasses, you can get some drink service in here, looks like a miniature fridge there, and it is covered, shaded. It will let some sunlight through, but it will block a lot of it, and then it's open air, almost like a balcony. So I did just ask someone, and these cabanas are an additional cost. They did not tell me how much they are. Could be something that could vary by sailing, or maybe they don't know exactly what they're gonna price them at. Check for your particular sailing, but they are an additional cost. So here at deck 16, midship, elevators and stairs, we will find training camp. They do have bathrooms right when you come in here. But if we continue on forward, I love the racing track design. Do have towels here, but this is where they're gonna do some core workouts, things like that. You can see they have like the box jump steps, they have the medicine balls, boxing gloves, resistance kind of things, kettlebells, and other balls over there as well. This seems like a good time to show you the deck map again. This area is a little confusing. So here was the Sun Club, right, where all the loungers and things were. We could look down to the pools. And then I showed you the cabanas that were an additional cost, reservation-based, in the Athletic Club. So the Athletic Club is this whole back area where you can work out, do fun outdoor activities, things like that. So the first part that we showed you was training camp right inside there. But now what we're going to do is we're going to head back outside here. But instead of going starboard, where the cabanas are, we're going to head port side and then head back aft. So again, you can see the pool down below the bar, and then the sun deck where we already came from. We are deck 16, port side, excuse me, and we're heading back towards the aft. So the freshwater shower. So this is the Athletic Club, and can see they have this cool little bench press spot here, or like push-up spot. You can do things like that. And then how about this? A boxing ring. I told you I would show you some other like punching bag kind of things, boxing bags there. They have one hung up there, but yeah, it's an actual boxing ring. I guess you can get in and probably do some training, things like that with the folks from training camp. They do have these hung up outside as well. Give those a punch, get the gloves inside where we just showed you. And then you're gonna find all these like little workout benches, so you can put your feet in the pegs, do some stretches, you can do some lifts, things like that. All kinds of exercise that I don't know too much about, but I'm sure you do. You can do whatever your heart's content is here at this portion at the Athletic Club. Now, as we proceed on back here again along the port side, deck 16, we do have these like kind of day bed areas, but I guess you could do some stretches and exercises on these as well. Of course, completely open air here. Beautiful view right now in Miami. Could be the ocean or whatever port you're visiting. Look at this. These like little nets, net bed kind of things, which is really interesting. And then I love this. It's a seesaw, a 4-person seesaw. Remember, this is an adults only line. There's no kids here. I love that they put fun stuff like this for adults because we're kids at heart. We have even like a big 2-person seesaw right there. Look at these boxes. Look, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place. Step up, get your medal. And then inside here, we have a basketball court, 2 rims. I wouldn't call this full-size court. It's decently long, but not very wide. It is pretty obviously walled in here. But they do have a small soccer net, so it looks like you could do some soccer as well. Have speakers out here. Again, the music continues regardless of where you go. And then you can go outside on this end as well, back out to the starboard, which if you go that way is the cabanas, and then this side you have chairs and benches and seating areas. We'll get to that in just a little bit. So yeah, the basketball court here, soccer court here at the Athletic Club. Now we'll head back outside, and again, turn left. We're heading aft. So the nets continue, the net beds. They do have the swinging nets here. So sit in one of those and go for a little bit of a swing. We'll continue back. There is a stairwell here to access deck 17. We'll get to that in just a bit. Here we will find an outdoor foosball table, designed quite a bit differently, and it looks a bit longer than a standard foosball table. You might need to team up with someone on that one. I'm not sure. Over here, looks like they have cornhole. Got the bean bags and the boards there, as well as a cushion booth seating area with cup holders and things like that. Again, stools, tables, things like that. You have a whirlpool and a freshwater shower back here. And then a huge, absolutely huge daybed area that wraps around the entire back of the Athletic Club here in the aft of the ship, right behind this bar that we can find. We have additional tables, stools, chairs all the way around. You can take this stairwell back down to where we were earlier on deck 15, the dock, backside. And yeah, look at these. You have little day beds, you have the big day beds all the way around, as I mentioned. And then this is probably a feature that you may have seen before, triple net. So 8-person capacity, no jumping, no footwear. Although earlier they were saying wear tennis shoes on it. I did hear someone specifically saying that. No running, no horseplay, but you can actually walk out on the net here. So you can actually walk around it if you're too nervous to actually walk on it. You can see it goes down to deck 15 right there. And at this point, it is straight down to the wake and then all the outdoor dining down below, and then down on that outdoor section that we showed earlier with the wake view right there. So yes, you can actually walk across this. Again, look, you can step right on it, going straight down, and it has the bounce. This is amazing. So I am like, I don't even know how many decks up right now, 11 or something like that from where I would fall to. But you're not gonna fall. It is completely safe. This is a cool area. So on the starboard side here, the Athletic Club, again, it's a mirror image. You have the day beds wrapping all the way around. You have a whirlpool here. The additional bar seating as the bar continues to wrap around. Another outdoor foosball table, another shower. The only thing different on this side is that we do have the giant chessboard with the giant chess pieces and the benches. About to head back inside. Two things real quick I want to point out next to the basketball court. Number one, I did miss that they have a water bottle fill station here as well. Number two, something I think is really cool. I've seen this in a couple different spots. All gender bathrooms. Now they do have male and female bathrooms as well, standard, but they do have several all gender bathrooms. All right, that's gonna do it for deck 16. Only one more, deck 17. So deck 17 is pretty unique. It's probably just best for me to show you on the deck plan here. It's literally just this upper perimeter area right above the back of deck 16. So in the aft, there is no forward part of deck 17 because the deck 17 is just the runway, which is the running track, as you can see all the way around, and then the perch in the back, which is the active wellness area. Now, the reason I'm showing you that is because I believe the only way to really access it is the stairwell outside. I did notice this area had the accessibility marker on it and that there was an elevator here that says 16, and so I was wondering if this was an accessible lift up to 17, but nothing's coming. I've tried summoning with the button, nothing's happening. So I'm gonna head up the stairs outside here at the athletic club to access deck 17, see if we can try to find the lift up there if that is indeed what it is. Otherwise, you will have to use the stairs to get up to the perch and the runway. So let's head up. So not too much to show with the runway. I mean, it's pretty much what you would expect. It's a running, jogging, walking track. They do have the different designations of how far you've gone, but this upper level, this is the perch. It was closed off over here, so doing some work on something. Let me see if I can find an access point to this. All right, so deck 17, I'm kind of in the middle here, but you can access the perch from either side, starboard or port, and they will have kind of the same thing where you enter tables, chairs, and a sitting area. Look at these, it's like buckets. I wonder if they fill those with water and then you can dump them on yourself after you work out, because that would be pretty sick. Okay, look, see, it has the accessible sign here, but when I hit it, it doesn't do it. Oh, here we go. So yes, this is the elevator. I guess they don't have it running right now, but that's great. It's an accessible elevator, so you can get up here to 17. The only thing though is, at this point, I see stairs to go up, and at this point, I see stairs to go up. So I'm not sure if you would be able to access it beyond that, but you could at least get to this lower level and the track that goes around. But I'm gonna head up the stairs here now to the perch. And as you can see, loungers galore. If you cannot find a lounge chair on this ship, you're not trying hard enough. They do have them, as you can see, plenty. So that's basically what it is. I do think they'll do some outdoor exercise stuff up here as well. Maybe like some morning yoga classes, stretching, things like that. Oh, look. So this must be like a dual. So you must take the one to get up and then get into this one to get access this area. I love that. I love that they're allowing everyone to go to all sides and parts of the ship. That's very, very cool. You know what else is cool? That's it. That's the entire ship. We've seen everything, I believe. All right, friends, that is going to do it for today's ship tour of Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady. I think we showed you just about everything we possibly could. We had a ton of fun. We want to give a big thank you to Virgin Voyages for having us out for today's event. This has been fantastic. We cannot wait to come back to Miami and sail on her in just a few short weeks. So we hope you guys had a lot of fun today. We hope you found this helpful and informational. And hey, if you are ready to become a sailor, you want to get on Virgin Voyages, we can help make that happen because we are first mates. That's what Virgin Voyages calls their travel advisors. So we can help get you booked, help get you on board. Feel free to reach out via that travel agent information that you can find in the description of this video. Once again, we want to thank you for joining us today. We hope you have fun. Stay tuned for more content coming from the Scarlet Lady in just a few weeks. But until then, we're signing off. We'll see you next time. Happy travels!